that concerned and they're putting you in a separate hotel and you're telling Gia to say hi to Aunt Melissa and Uncle Joe, that's it. Game over. That proves right there to me that you guys cannot be in the same hotel for they what am I trying to say? It proves that you cannot both be on the show RHONJ if you can't even be in the same hotel. It's like, how does Teresa think that unless she's still, but I mean, I know she realizes she's probably not coming back. That's why she's doing all these interviews and, I'm willing to make amends. But wow, this to me is such a glaring fact of like, oh my God, it all really is true. You're really not coming back. Because believe it or not, I don't know everything. And I second guess things. And I'm like, is that really true? But now they're not even letting you stay in the same hotel. And this is in like 43 days, 40 days. That means that there's no way the two of you are filming together, which I know we knew, but this is just more proof to me. Wow, they don't want these. I mean, they are going to be micromanaging this all weekend about Teresa and Melissa running into each other. I mean, this is BravoCon. Tamra doesn't want to run into Scheana. This one, that one. I guarantee you the corporate powers that be at Bravo, and this is when you lose your job. The corporate powers that be are not worried about Tamra and Scheana and this one and Vicky's there and that and this and Meredith Marks. I bet you at a high level, they're really talking about Teresa versus Melissa. And these two can't run into each other. I feel it. And that's when it's like, it ain't worth it. It's just we have hundreds of people here this weekend that are talented. We have thousands of people that have flown from all over the world, and we're worried about we have to put Teresa in a separate hotel. That's where it's like it's not worth the job. I'll tell the same story I told a few weeks ago, where I said a huge RHO and J approached me and wanted to do a weekly show with me, and I'm like, I love this person, love this RHO and J, and I was like, but this is going to be there's going to be texts and emails. And like I've been involved with other podcasts with co-hosts where it's like texts and calls, and it's like, it's not that hard. It's an authentic chat with a podcast. We don't have to plan everything out. We just turn on the mic and relate to these wonderful people that are listening. So I was like, this is such a good look. I mean, this is a huge name in RHONJ history. But I'm telling you, within two phone calls, I was like, I'm not interested in this, really. I mean, how is the money going to work between us? You're probably going to want like a gazillion dollars. No, no, no. And also, you're not going to be happy with anything and you're going to be fine. I'm like, let me run. That's the point. The point is like, this is why it's over for Teresa. So I couldn't believe this is actually true, but it seems it is, and Teresa says it is. So anyway, the Bravo executives have separated them. One more thing before we wrap up. Gia is basically demanding a spinoff for her mother. Now, that I just want to bring that up because it ties to everything I just said. That's also kind of admitting defeat, right? It's the same thing as the two hotels. Why is Gia demanding a spinoff? Now, yes, you could be on RHONJ and have a spinoff. Carolyn Manzo did that, right? I don't know. I thought this was admitting defeat as well because Gia is doing the interviews. We talked about special forces early in the week. I gotta listen, I don't hate Teresa, despite what you guys think. I don't hate Gia. I think Teresa and Gia casting them together on special forces was actually smart. Listen to our episodes earlier in the week. We cover that. I think it's really good. I think they're both doing good. But I think Gia talking about a spinoff for Teresa and demand again, saying she deserves it. I think that's like kind of admitting defeat. It's like saying she's not going to be on RHONJ. So I think Teresa and they understand. So Gia demanded a spinoff for her mother. She was doing press for Special Forces and says, my mom deserves it. She's been on Bravo for a long time. Yes, give her a spinoff. Doesn't sound like that's a Teresa who's coming back to RHONJ. Gia's now politicking. And Gia said, look, I don't know anything about it. And then she does get into the whole, special forces and there's growth. And I mean, are you trying to imply that special forces is the reason that's the thing that got to Teresa? All these decades, 2 decades, nothing got to her. And because it's going on Special Forces reality show, which guys, you watch this over a period of a whole Traders you film for like a week and a half, you film it for like a month. Girls Trip you film for like 2 weeks. But you mean to tell me this little blip in your life, Special Forces changed you? I don't know. But Gia's demanding this spinoff, and that's of course her mother. That doesn't shock me or doesn't really shock you guys, but I was like, oh my God. The bigger picture to me is that this is like admitting defeat and showing that you're not coming back to the damn show. One more thing before we go. Um, I don't watch YouTube and I don't really listen to podcasts. I really don't. And I just don't have time. And it's just, I think I would hate this job if I listened to podcasts. It'd be too much. I really do need a minute off. So, but anyway, no arrogance. So I don't really, but I see the clips on Kenya Moore's YouTube, and I like Kenya. I think, you know, she's a fired housewife trying to make a living. And so I like these Kenya confidentials, whatever you want to call them, where she's in the chair and it's the purple in the background. I really like it. I think, I do podcast consulting on the side. Book me for podcast consulting, business consulting. Lots of you are slipping into my DMs. Let me reiterate. I also do planning for New York, LA, or the Hamptons. If anyone's coming to New York, the Hamptons, or LA, let's do a session, 30 minutes or an hour, because I get so many DMs. Where should I eat? What should I do? Where should I stay in the Hamptons? Where should I eat in New York City? I'm coming for Christmas. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I just can't. I just physically am not doing it. So rather than ignore everybody and just ignore the DM, you can book me and we can do a session and I can tell you, okay, you want to go to Broadway. These are the hot Broadway shows and blah, 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 blah. I can tell you all of this and really, oh, this restaurant's overhyped or here's a great restaurant, but you're never going to get in. Things like that. Or here's a great restaurant that you can get into, which is just as good. It's really, I feel like that's becoming more popular than anything. So anyone that wants, is coming to New York, LA, or the Hamptons, book me for that. But and I'll put an itinerary together for you, and we'll do it on the Zoom together. But um, something I talk about in business consulting is branding. And when you're starting out, you need to be consistent. It's the key thing. And so I love Kenya, like that she's in the same look and in the same chair. She's not releasing the episodes as readily enough as she should. But anyway, I don't mind it. But a lot of people I've seen online are really feeling that it's showing desperation and she's spilling production secrets and it's too much. Like she told us she's the one that I heard from Kenya that Pinky Cole and Kay Michelle were joining Atlanta Housewives. So Kenya really is in the know, but people find it wrong that she's spilling too much and like we don't want all these spoilers. Really? Since when? So I don't know. I have a soft spot for Kenya, I guess, but not that she needs my soft spot is because Kenya is Kenya. I love her. I don't mind her, but I just saw a lot of stuff online. You guys are coming down harsh on my girl Kenya Moore. So anyway, there you go. Just a few things. I love you all. It is Saturday. I hope you are having a great Saturday. I hope you are staying out of trouble. And